Yeah, hey, thanks for coming. Excited to get to practice today. Good road trip in the sense that I thought we showed some growth on our toughness, our togetherness, and just the way we're continuing to learn the game. And so excited to get back to the court and continue learning and getting better today.
Hey, just the things that went well and that SC win, it seemed as if I didn't have, that game was not on TV for some reason.
Okay.
You couldn't find it. But it just seemed as if on paper that you raced out to a lead and then held them off. Just what was that game like?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, we started at UCLA. I think we came out in the week ahead. We had really worked hard on our rebounding and toughness, and they're, a great rebounding team, And, I think we started well at UCLA, executing, understanding game plan, things we're still growing in. And UCLA is a great team and made a run on us, and, we didn't respond super well to that moment, and but got right into film, got a chance to look at it, got a chance to start our next game plan, spent that Saturday really working on how to guard another great team with different strengths, and was proud of the way we came out and executed on that end of the floor, which I think set a certain tone for the way we would transition and begin our offense. And I thought we did a good job of getting into flow better. While we had a few stalls on our offensive end of the floor, still, I think we're learning to play with a better pace. So we came out just a little bit more efficient on both ends of the floor, and were able to build a lead. And then, like every great team does, they made a run that we withstained with a little bit more poise this time. They had great players stepping up and making big plays, and then we had great players stepping up and making free throws at the end and finishing it off.
So on paper, it looks like the defense did the same in terms of points allowed, 62 and 59. Offense still looked totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Just on paper. What was the difference in the first game with 44 points and the second game with 62?
Probably a little bit more running things that we're more comfortable with. I think that after watching the UCLA game, we wanted to do some things that would relieve some of the pressure, which are a little different than things that we've done in the past that may have made our pace delay a little. So I think that's on me making that decision. And, and then being able to look at the film thinking, let's do a little bit more of what we know and just understand the reads out of it better. And I thought we were able to do that. We were able to play a different lineup at times that gave us, more speed, and I think that helped us a little bit as well.
What things did you see out of Lauren in that second game there?
Yeah, that, she became our five for a few possessions, and she was able to just understand. She knows the offense so well. She understood the reads that were given to us. It was a short time, but it gave us a nice burst. And it let everyone kind of see those reads, and she gives us the poise that we need against different defensive styles.
Was that the first time this year that you used her at 5?
I used her another minute at one time, so not the first, but it still wasn't a very long period of time. It's just to try to change the tempo quickly.
Okay. Did not see Noble this weekend. What's going on with her?
She was out for injury.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think you'll have her this week?
We have not been told yet.
Ella Dean seems to be like an engine for you guys when she gets in there and things like that. Can you just talk about what she brings to the table?
Yeah, a great spark. I mean, she plays with such joy for the game and love of her teammates and love of the game, just loving to be out there. And I think that, gosh, aren't we all better at what we do when we're doing it with joy and love for the people around us? And I think that's her on the court, and it brings a spark of offensive intensity and just that kind of pace, togetherness that we want to play with.
You guys have 2 more tough tests. You just got off of 2 tough tests. Mm-hmm. 2 more. On what have you seen from? I think is it Colorado you play first or Utah?
We play Utah first.
Utah first. Mm-hmm. So, just talk about what you've seen on film from them.
I mean, it's another great team. It's playing in the Pac-12, which is a great opportunity every night to go out and see, where you are and where you need to be better. And Utah's a great at execution. They shoot the ball really well. They're an inside-out team. There's not a player on their team that can't score. And then they pride themselves on the defensive end as well. So just a very overall great team.
You know, with that game though, you know, just as a, I guess as a fan or just as a spectator, it just really seems to be that classic matchup. Here's the best team in the conference in terms of scoring, 84 points, best team in terms of defense. I think you guys give up 54. What is it that's going to keep you up at night when you try to think about what's going to, you know, what do you need to take away from them? I don't think they've been held like to 54 this year. So what do you take away from them?
Yeah, we don't ever really have a goal. I think it's just, you know, making sure that our defensive scout is the best opportunity we'll have, you know, in trying to battle what they do well. And, you know, they do so much well. Trying to decide what to take away is pretty tough in their game. And, again, that's what makes a great team. So we got our you know, it's going to be a tough week of practice trying to figure that out. But today we got to work hard on defending the three-point line, understanding their personnel and their tendencies, and making sure that we understand what might be the best opportunity for us.
You know, and I guess in the short history, they've been a tough matchup for you personally. I think COVID may have wiped out some few games, but I don't think your teams have beaten them yet. So what makes them a difficult matchup? Just,
Yeah, I remember we played them well here, and I think just getting used to there's not many teams that have the offensive weapons that they do, you know, each year. And this year is different in the Pac-12. There's a lot of teams with a lot of great offensive weapons throughout their lineup. So I think it's just locking in on that we have to play, you know, guard our yard and understand how to defend our man ourselves without requiring as much help as much as we can.
Yeah, they would seem to have a WNBA player on their roster, and Keely. Just your just some thoughts on her. Just what is it about her that makes her stand out?
You said it well. She's a pro. She's an offensive weapon and plays on the perimeter, handles the ball, plays inside with great toughness, physicality, pace, understanding of the game, angles. They put her in great positions to be successful. Has shooters all around her. So I think that just the way that they play and the skill set that she has is a great fit.
Has she always been a pro though? I mean, or did something click in her?
Yeah, it's a great question. I wasn't here her first year at USC. I know she had a great first year there, and you know, but I think that you know, she's a player who wants to be great and has continued to develop her game. Every year we play her, she's better at what she does, and so that's the definition of a pro.
13-6, 3-5, and you guys are sort of nearing the halfway point of the conference. Just how much have you grown, you know, sort of since the start of the season, and in this latter half of the Pac-12 season, what would you like to see?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think that there's been moments that we've shown our ability to be a really good defensive team, and there have been moments where we haven't been as consistent. And so, you know, this weekend I saw our consistency starting to grow of understanding our just who we are on that end of the floor and what we need to do to be successful, and the effort and IQ that it takes to do that continues to grow, and so excited about that. This is an incredible group of young women. They're so much fun to coach, and I get excited every day I go to practice because I know they're ready to learn, and they're eager and they're humble, hardworking, and that's a sign for who we can become. And so it's exciting to see. I don't know how good we can be. I've said that many times. I mean, every day you've got to come in and continue to commit to that level of process level thinking, and then I think you become the best you can be at the end of the year if you do that.
Do things become more heightened now, you know, just kind of knowing that there's 10 games left in the regular season, and, you know, and are you maybe as a coach less patient with mistakes that were happening in October and November? Like, hey guys, we can't make these, you know, as the calendar turns to like February.
Yeah, I kind of have two different answers to that. I'd say the first thing, my first reaction is not necessarily I'm not in a countdown of any kind, because I still think you can't rush process, and I think we have to go in and we have to focus on what's currently in front of us and where we need to grow. But I do believe that there is accountability and error repeating, and so if we're continually trying to improve the same thing every day, well then I think the patience for that lessons. And I think our patience within our own student athletes does as well, because they have a high standard. And so we want to be a team that understands there's a standard we're trying to reach. And if you stay in kind of those error repeating patterns, it's going to take you longer to get there.
And then in the standings, I don't know, I think you guys are 10th or maybe wherever you're at in the standing, but the NCAA tournament still seems to be there for you guys. Do you, now I know last year, you don't want to look too far ahead, but is it still some comfort to like know that even with the standings may look like something, but your goals are, everything is still there for you?
Yeah. Well, we said this the other day, and I think it's really important for us to remember is we play in the best women's basketball conference in the country. And so I said, you know, you actually get to play in the NCAA tournament every night. And so every night we're playing a team that potentially could be there. And so it's a fun conference to be in, and it prepares you like no other. And so if we want to be able to compete in the NCAA tournament, then that's what we do at practice today, is prepare to play an NCAA tournament team on Friday. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.